the fuck is up? Oh, it's a Thursday night, not a normal night for Reapers Underground, but we had a little bit of a scheduling conflict yesterday, so I am proud to present my guest this evening, Mr. Jason Brooks, otherwise known best as Jason Voorhees of the Vengeance Films, and many others as well. So before we get into all of the hoopla surrounding the new film that's out, that would be Vengeance 2, Bloodlines. We're going to take a quick commercial break from one of our sponsors over at Villain Arts Tattoos. Check it out. That's right. If you went to any of the Villain Arts Tattoo conventions this past summer, you saw myself and my goddess, Mischief, as we are a part of a lot of these conventions. So definitely keep checking the dates, and we will let you know for the new dates of 2023 when we shall be returning. And definitely did a bang-up job on my Reaper tattoo. So if you like tattoos, come to one of the Villain Arts. Come into a city near you. So here we are with the star of Vengeance, the fan film, the Friday the 13th, Jason Brooks, and also the not only the star of this film, but also the director. So that had to be utterly amazing. Rebecca, thank you for joining us. I believe she said she was part of the film. Rebecca Kelly Hartnett.
Yeah, Rebecca. Yeah, she came along. She was an extra in that final funeral scene, and she's been helping promote this a lot. So I've got a lot of thanks to her for spreading the word.
Awesome. Yeah, she's definitely been very cool. She said featured extra. Featured. Man, I would have played a severed head on the ground with a stake through my fucking eyeball. That's what I would have done. Or whatever I can get my hands on.
It's funny you say that. It's like I get like the biggest request is like, man, just put me in your film. I'll do anything. I'll even be one of the deaths. I'll be killed. I'll be whatever. And like, that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants to be killed in the Friday the 13th movie. That's not a low thing. That's,
it's like bucket lists,
Absolutely.
And especially like I had said about you our last time, you're keeping the motherfucking franchise alive. You keep giving us so much with these films. And I got to tell you folks out there, actually, before I tell you this, right now, share the shit out of this interview right goddamn now. Every single one of you, all those motherfucking Friday the 13th groups I see on Facebook, share that shit. Get it out. Come on in and please ask any questions for Mr. Brooks, and we will get that shit answered for you. But yeah, I mean, you're keeping people hungry for it. And what I was going to say is, a lot of people see Indiegogo and go, what the fuck is this? I only have like $1. $1 goes a long fucking way, people. Whenever these fucking films are being made and you have a chance to contribute, it doesn't matter how much. Shit. Spend the money. You help create history. And like I told you before, Jason, I believe in every project that you've done. You're an amazing actor, but man, what did it feel like to be director?
Oh man, that was some shoes I did not want to fill. It was after the first one. The first one was very successful. A lot of people kept asking us for the next one, like, we got to do part two, got to do it. And the team was just tired. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of unpaid work. You do a lot of things for free. You take time away from friends and family, and it's just a lot of personal time and money and effort. And everyone was tired. But then the director was like, you know what? If we do another one, I'm just going to give it to you. You know what's up with this. I've got confidence in you to take over. And I was like, I don't even know if I want it. It's like, I want to break too. I want to work on some original things. But then the fans kept coming and like, we really want it. We really want it. And so I had some people talk me into it, and some friends. And so I was like, all right, well,
A few bourbons later.
Exactly. So let's do it. And we did. And so I decided to start writing it, and pulled the team together and just kind of told the story that we wanted to tell, put it together, and end up directing this film alongside Cody Newton, who helped co-direct while I was in costume. So
yes, definitely a big, huge help there, because I mean, it just seemed like everything was seamless. John, what's going on? Raffles the Clown, good to see you. Yeah, that's right. Jason never dies. For sure. But yeah, so have you ever written anything in the past, just like a screenplay or anything like that, or did you just happen to dive into it?
I've written a couple shorts, some short stories for short movies, and directed a couple small short ones, but never a feature. This is my first feature, writing and directing and starring and all that. So I've helped with some other things, kind of put my input in here and there, or read through some things and gave my own suggestions, but never fully accountable.
Yeah. So it's almost like you were kind of directing while you were doing your scenes too. Would that be accurate?
In some cases, yes. I'm going through the behind the scenes footage right now. We're putting the featurettes and stuff for the content for the Blu-rays and DVDs. And so I'm getting
Hopefully
to watch
there's some good bloopers.
Oh, there's some great bloopers. But I'm going through the footage and I'm seeing myself in costume, wearing the Jason mask, directing some people around and saying what I want to see or whatever. And it's to me, it's hilarious because I'm just in the mask and it's 110, 114 degrees. I'm exhausted. I'm sweaty. Oof. I'm dehydrated. It's like I can see that I'm tired, but I'm still like, I need this. No, it's this way. But I am, again, just really blessed to have Cody Newton, who was our director of photography. He's a director first, but a very amazing, talented cameraman as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And so he stepped up. And when I was in the costume, because I couldn't see the whole scene while I'm in it, he really stepped up and did a lot there. And he's really great at action and directing and emotion and all that stuff too. So I was really blessed to have him in my corner and by my side.
Oh, hell yeah, man. A wealth, and I mean literally a wealth of talent went into this film. Not just, everybody behind the scenes, but, all of the actors as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an all-star studded cast. CJ fucking Graham.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. I'm like, who better to play Jason's father than CJ Graham himself? I mean, the voice, the presence, and he's pretty diabolical himself. Was that kind of the point that you had for his character? Not just him, being Jason's father, but him also being just as sinister, if not more, in some cases.
Yeah, I think that in the first Vengeance, we didn't get to explore him as much as we wanted to.
Right.
It's like we're telling a Jason story with Jason's dad showing up. In this one, I really wanted to explore more of the Elias story and why he's there after 30 years and where he's been. And in my mind, he would be just as diabolical as Jason or more. But I think, he's more intelligent. He still has his human thought behind him, where I feel like Jason is more animalistic and a beast. Elias, the father, would be more methodical and evil by choice. So I wanted to play with that more and really give him more screen time and give him more presence. And so to kind of almost show where Jason's getting it, Jason is a product of his mother and father, and so of course he's got to be vicious.
Man, that scene where he grabs old dude and I don't want to give too many spoilers out, but grabs old dude by the hand and it just cuts his fucking nail off. I was like fucking out.
Yeah. That's Tom McLaughlin.
Feel that.
That's Tom McLaughlin, the writer director of Part 6.
Man, amazeballs.
Yeah.
And then to have him step into the character of Jason one more time. So was that like a really big thrill for him, or?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was not part of the original script that Tommy would see that version of him. It was, there's always kind of the final battle, the final fight. But CJ, while we're on set, or as he's coming out, he's like, hey, I'm going to bring my Part 6 costume if you want to do something. And originally he thought, well, we had Tom McLaughlin, while we had Tom Matthews, while we had him, maybe we could go to the graveyard, film a little short or film something and just do something fun. And, but we didn't have time. And so we did some pickup shots later. And as we kind of talked about it, we just didn't quite understand what he was describing or thinking about. And then we kind of put it all together and talking it through. And we're like, we should have this flashback where Tommy, he bumps his head and he sees him. And he's seeing his version of Jason that he, has been traumatized by for 30 years. And so it was perfect. And so CJ brought his costume back out, and then we had the original costume for Tommy back, and just having them there on set together in the costume and then facing off and just standing out there in the lighting and in front of that church, everyone got chills. Everyone's like, wow, this feels like Friday the 13th. This is amazing.
Like you just stepped back into 1986.
Exactly. It was, yeah, we were just blown. So many moments like that in this film while filming alone. Just like, I can't believe that we're doing this. I can't believe this is crazy that we're here.
Absolutely. And it's tearing it up. Last time I checked, I think you were almost at like 15,000, something like that. Probably more since the last time I checked.
We're around 22,000.
Fucking A. 22,000 views. People, listen.
We were going
like I do.
We were getting about 2,000 to 4,000 views a day. We launched it October 6th, getting 2,000 to 4,000 views. But then I got a notice that somebody reported it for violence and and so it got put behind an age gate because somebody reported it. I think we know who, because a couple of our friends got reported as well, same time, and we know. But it's still put it behind an age gate. But we're still growing. So just slowed it down.
Fucking hell, because I was gonna say this is free, people, to watch on YouTube. A fucking feature that I'm telling you right now. Nothing against Terrifier 2. I love the fact that Terrifier 2 is doing so good. Man, I just wish we could get you up on the big screen one day. One day.
Oh, we will.
Wouldn't that be something? Because these films are first fucking rate.
Thank you.
Not just the look, the grit, the storyline, but just the acting is fucking phenomenal, and it's got that great little bit of comedy in there, which is always good.
Thank you. And you could go to the YouTube page and just start reading the reviews. Like when you launch something like this, you prepare yourself for the worst. You prepare yourself for haters, people who are automatically going to dislike it just because they want to, and people want to have different opinions. And so we were prepared for that. And what we were not prepared for was the overwhelming positive reviews and the people just coming on, just really excited about it, and how we've connected with so many fans and who say, you finally gave us what we wanted. This is a Friday the 13th film. This felt right, and so that was just amazing.
Absolutely. And Rebecca, I absolutely agree with you. The special effects are insane on this one. Did
Oh,
you
thank you.
have a slighter, bigger budget for this one, or?
No, so I mean, we had our budget for the first Indiegogo. It was, we raised 72,000, but then after the fees and everything, it came out to like 64. So that, yeah, it's insane. And then from that, you got to pay actors and equipment and crew and flights, for all these celebrities that came out there. We had like 10 celebrities. So flights and hotels for them, that adds up really quick, especially with prices these days, and so we didn't have a lot. So the special effects came out of my pocket. And yeah, and I do the Real Fiction Studios. We have a special effects company and we do that. So me and a couple of the effects artists, we made the props, all that stuff I made ahead of time, and we brought it on set. It had a great effects team who helped execute those and got it done. But that was something that was important to me. I really wanted to show off the team's talent and what we could do and make it fun.
I mean, it absolutely was. I mean, so practical, most of it, probably all of it, really. Nothing looks real computer done or anything like that. So a lot of like the limbs and stuff like that just seems like all real practical stuff, and it's more real, man.
Yeah, everything is practical, but there's 2 shots that were just kind of enhanced with some digital, just because you just can't do that in real life. And so so we had to enhance it a little bit, but everything was practical. Even within the effect, there's no pure digital kill,
Right. Absolutely. So how did it feel for CJ to play the role of Jason's dad?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, CJ is a wonderful person, and he's got a great heart, just a great personality. He's a great mentor, and having him come on at first was just a dream come true. And we just kept pinching ourselves like, wow, we got CJ Graham. And Vengeance, it's a sequel to Part 6. It just kind of takes Part 6 and it kind of goes on its own timeline. And who better to play Jason's dad than the man who played Jason himself in Part 6? So having him there was just amazing. He's got the right size, the right presence, the right tone, and just making him even darker and grittier this time was a lot of fun.
I loved the supernatural road that it took. With the idea of trying to bring back Jason's mother.
Yeah. How to give him a goal, right?
For sure. Damn it, Pamela. She started it all.
Exactly.
I got to say, kudos to, I forget her name, that did the voiceover for her. Because I remember back when you were looking for somebody to do the voiceover work for Pamela, and it came off great. Was that a hard choice?
Wendy Zier. Wendy Zier. She's a very well-known voice actor who does, I think she's the voice for all the United Airlines international flights. She does like professional voice acting.
No shit.
No, so she's an actual voice actor, and I had some auditions, got about 25 to 30 different auditions come in, and she just nailed it. And she's actually was part of another project to do the Pamela voice in the past that fell through. So she was like, oh yeah, I've done it before. Here it is. And here's what I got. It was great.
Nailed it. Straight fucking nailed it. Speaking of some of the original folks, it was definitely sad to hear about Ted White.
Oh yes, Ted White.
Hell of a career. We love you no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
We'll always remember what you did, brother. But so that scene on the highway, how did you guys manage that? And I bet everybody and their fucking mother was trying to get on that highway.
Yeah. It's funny. There's a lot of stories about that one. That was something that we all dreaded. And we knew it had to happen because it turns the entire story, right?
For sure.
That's where all the characters come together and all the different branches come into one and move from there. And we knew it was going to be chaos. We had a couple locations. We had one location we were going to go to, but the morning of, we heard that we didn't have the road to close down. And so we were like, oh, what are we going to do? So we actually used our executive producer. He's got this very long driveway into his house. And so we had to fake it and pretend that's a road and back up cars all the way along there, put them strategically placed to block houses and to block different things so that you can't really tell what it was, and shoot from different angles. So it made it very limited on what we could do. So we didn't get all the shots we wanted because we had to make some compromises, but I'm still so surprised that people are like, what? How did you accomplish that?
Exactly.
And it turned out great. And for a while watching it, we were like, maybe we should scrap the whole roadblock. Maybe not, is a playwright. But we keep seeing people like, no, I love the roadblock. I love the kills. It was like just brutal, like chaos, and Jason just killing people left and right. So I'm glad it worked out the way it should have, I guess.
Yeah, because it fucking fooled me. That looked like a goddamn highway.
Nice.
And I'm just sitting here going, this is great. You never see Jason really get out of the woods.
Yeah.
And he's now on a busy road, and there's obviously, like a roadblock going on, and all these people are just hanging out in their cars, and he's just coming down, shopping as we go. And I always hate those fucking party buses. I'm not a fan of them. So the fact that y'all fucked up a party bus was brilliant.
Nice. And we had it was funny because that road, speaking of like shutting down highways, the property has a baseball field on it and a sports facility and all that. So, and there was like award shows going on for these baseball teams. So there was constant traffic coming up and down. We had to stop production, let 15 cars go through, shut it down, block the traffic, shoot for 5 minutes, let them through again. So it was a very difficult couple of days to get that done right. But it was still, we had a lot of fun. We had, the baseball players would come in and standing in the group watching me kill people. I'd go in between takes. I'd go and take pictures with them, with the kids and everything. It was a great time.
It's family fucking entertainment.
It is. The car door, when I smashed the car door on the girl's head and it explodes, they're all there for that. And they're cheering when I did it. And it was great.
I wonder if you got any footage of that where you can hear the laughter and the cheering.
Probably. Yeah, we probably got that. And some footage of them while watching too.
Mommies, I got to see somebody's head get fucked and fucking blown up and smashed and and the thing is that will stay with those kids for the rest of their life.
Oh yeah, it's a fun story for sure.
Damn. So let's talk about oh my goodness. I think it's Richie. No, is it Richie Ramone?
It's Richie Ramone. The Ramones.
Thank fuck, because there's been so many fucking Ramones in that band. It's like who's who. We all know Joey, but anyway.
Yep.
Man, he really brought something to the table. I was
he did.
very impressed with that.
Absolutely. He so Tamara Glenn, who was she played Sam in Halloween 5. She was the one wearing the red shirt and all that. She got on board. And when she was on, she's best friends with Richie. And she was calling me up saying, hey, Richie Ramone's calling me. He really wants to be a part of this. Like, can you, is there a part? And at the time I didn't have one. And, but David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, he was originally going to be that role.
Oh, no shit.
And it wasn't going to be a band. It was just, so he was supposed to have that role, but then
he'd be a roadie.
Yeah. No, but we didn't have a band at the time, so I had to rewrite it. But he was just going to be the Courtney character's husband and just be with them. So anyway, when David said that he was busy filming Terrifier 2 pickups and all this stuff and another project, then I was like, oh, there's an opening. So put Richie in there and knocked it out of the park. That's where we rewrote it and made it about the band. We got the band van. Called up a couple of people I know. I was like, hey, I want to put you in there, put you in the band. And and it was great. So it worked out really good because it's a fun group.
Oh yeah. I mean, it definitely, seemed like he was in his element.
Yeah.
And one of the first fucking times a drummer, just like myself, is a heroine.
Exactly. And he helped these people out. He killed it. People liked him. And then his death was unexpected, and people
Very.
are still calling me like upset about him dying and like how it scared them or how it was like, no, that was brutal. That was a great one. So, but he
Yeah,
was
it
so
was a
good with the emotional scenes and the action. He was a lot of fun.
yeah, wasn't stiff or nothing. So that was really cool to see.
Yeah,
And
natural.
the sisters and how they worked together in the film was particularly amazing. Also,
Yeah, Kelly Tappan and Sanaa Lutsis. They were in the first film and they came back. And both of them have grown so much as women and actors, and they really brought it this time. And I just felt honored to be on screen with them. They were so good.
absolutely. In the final scene in the, I guess it's like a church or rundown church or something
Yep.
like that. Yeah, definitely liked how all the interactions were, how they worked together, and you fucking just pulled the rug out from underneath my ass when old Tommy Jarvis comes showing up at the end. I was like,
Yeah.
oh hell, because I didn't even know. I didn't even know that you got him for that.
We didn't
It's
tell
like
anyone.
a reunion.
Yeah. Bring it all back, get the band back together. The thing is, we had, he was supposed to be a part of that story for both films, right? And we had him originally in Vengeance, and he agreed to do it, and then he had a conflict, so he couldn't do it. And when I made part 2, I'm like, I gotta get him, because I can't tell a story twice, tell 2 movies where the kids are looking for the dad and they don't find him. They either have to find his body and he's dead, or you could find him and he saves the day, right? So I had 2 options, and luckily, Tom Matthews liked the script and was available, and we worked it out. Because that ending is just, how could you possibly get a better ending? It all came together with a bunch of collaborative ideas, and I love it.
Well, it definitely brought your vision to life. Do you think that there's enough there to maybe do yet another sequel?
Well, I don't plan to do another sequel to this one. I kind of wrapped it up in a nice way to be like, it can.
I agree.
And you can move on from there. But any writer will always leave that little seed to to grow something else. So it could be, if somebody wanted to take it and make a third, they could do that without the Jarvis family if they wanted to, and go from other characters that were there, or they could do something else completely. But with all the time, the money, everything it takes, you can't make money on this. The IP just doesn't allow that. And so we have got some really great original content ideas that we want to go and do that could help the entire cast and crew going forward. So it would take quite a bit of a different situation for us to make a third. I'll put it that way.
It just really floored me. I was a huge fan of the first Vengeance. This one just like over the top. Every actor was enjoyable. Like I said, I don't want to give away too many spoilers or anything like that, but there's just certain scenes in there and certain kills that I was just like, man, I always wished, back in the day that it could have been like that.
Thank you. Well, it's been a couple of years since the first one, and we all grow. We learn from what we do in the past. And so I'm really grateful that it did turn out, where it shows that we've grown and it shows that we've learned and everything. Because I still love the first one. We did a great job on that and a lot of work in there. But I'm really grateful that people are seeing the growth and improvements in this one as well.
Absolutely. So how did it feel when you saw this for the first time?
That was awesome. I heard about it, that it was coming. And then I saw the cover and I was like, that's just amazing. I love it so much. So it's an honor. It's really
absolutely. Really cool. It's a very prestigious magazine. So I don't know. Do you kind of hope to direct more in the future as well?
Yeah, I think it's funny. I ask myself that all the time. So there's a lot of challenges with directing. And I think that when you direct
Oh, yeah.
and produce and act and do special effects and you're doing all the things, it's a little overwhelming. So I kind of wonder what it'd be like to just direct. But I don't know that I could ever let myself just do the one thing. And so there's like, do I just want to go into the effects part with the Real Fiction Studio stuff and just do that? Or do I want to direct and do the effects? And I know I love acting. So it's just like kind of getting that cycle of what do I want to do? But I think I would direct again, because if it's my story, I know kind of in my mind how I want that to go. There's a certain aesthetic, a certain look, a certain vibe, and putting that into someone else's hands can feel a little bit scary because
because you always have like a vision for how you want it to look, how to pull it off.
Exactly. And it's if you don't have, like, if you have someone who you trust, like a Cody Newton, it's like I could tell Cody, here's what I'm thinking. I would trust him to pull that off. And be able to say, why don't you direct this? He's an amazing director, better than, just about anyone I've ever worked with. He's got a great talent, great eye. He knows all the things. So I would love to work with him again, and I could trust him to direct, but I still want to be like, can we keep it in this direction, and not like, because he has his own style too.
Right.
And, but yeah, I don't know. I want more. I love creating. I love being in film. I love working on films, whether I'm a PA or directing or acting. I just love being on set.
Would you say that most, I guess, indie horror directors are pretty easy to work with, or, is it just kind of depend on the person?
Oh yeah, no, everyone I've worked with has been great. Everyone's a little bit different, and depending on what you're doing and who you're doing it for and how much they know about you, all kind of comes into play. So I worked with like Mark Savage. He's a very well-known director. We just did Killcraft, and my partner Naomi got the gig to be the lead makeup and special effects on there. And so I came just to be the assistant. And while we're there, he never met us. We were new to him and he's new to us. So he didn't know. But then after we got in there and showed him a couple of the effects we did and some of the prosthetics and things that we brought to the table, he's like, whoa, you guys know what the fuck you're doing. This is like the best shit I've ever seen. And then we had a different reputation. So then it was slightly different and we had a little bit more freedom and we could come to him with some ideas and help kind of inform him like, okay, here's the effect and here's how we need to do it. You would want to shoot it from this angle and whatever. And here's how the best get the best out of the effect. And that worked out great. And I hear about the indie directors who are like, no, this is my story and it's only going to be my way. You're only going to do what I say. Your character is this. I have not worked with those people yet. But I hear they're out there and that sounds like a miserable time. But everyone I've worked with,
you don't run into those bastards. Yeah. For sure. Now, who would you say probably influences your special effects stuff the most? Would it be like somebody like Tom Savini, or?
I do love Tom Savini's work. It's hard to say. I think if I'm being honest, I think myself, it's I'm my own worst critic, and I always want to push myself more. And so I like to figure things out. It's almost like a puzzle. So when there's like, oh, we want to have this body that's been blown up, then I'm like, well, how could I make that look? I don't go like, how would Tom do that? Or how would Stan Winston do that? How would, I just go and I'm like, how would I do that? If I want to make it my way, the original and stuff, and how could I bring something? So there's times where I go to look to Tom or Stan Winston, and take Stan Winston classes and courses, and I try to learn to fill in gaps that I don't know. But
oh shit, he offers classes? Damn.
Oh yeah, there's a whole Stan Winston school. So I've taken several courses there, but it's because it's really good. You get to learn about the tools, the materials. You learn techniques, which then you can then apply and just grow. And that's what I always do. I always take these things, I learn the basics, and I kind of do my own thing. So I don't know. I look up to these guys as these masters, and would love to be on par with them someday. But
Oh,
I'm
you're
always
definitely
trying.
on your way.
Thank you, thank you. It's like I was on and Damien Leone from Terrifier, like he does these effects. He's amazing, and
Sick. Absolutely sick.
yeah, I
Love
love those guys. They're awesome. They deserve all the praise that's coming to them and all the success. I just respect those guys a lot.
You know, I actually just read earlier today that there's been a lot of, when we were kids, we always tried to sneak into movies that we weren't old enough to go into, and now there's like this moms group that wants to.
I saw that.
Like, no, take it out. No.
Did you see? I saw that today. The moms group is trying to get Terrifier taken down, and I saw, and they have the petition. I saw that David Howard Thornton, who plays Arthur Kong, he signed the petition, which was brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. I bet you them women didn't even know.
No, it's great. I mean, what amazing press to have this group. Like, this is so bad. You got to take it down. It's so offensive. That's like the mating call for every horror fan out there. Like,
oh yeah,
what?
Absolutely. The more the more offensive it is, the more kids want to watch it.
Exactly.
One of the bands I managed, Grave Next Door, did this Metal Devastation show in Texas, or not Texas, God damn it, Tennessee. I forget the name of the town, but because it was a metal festival, the whole church group just freaking swooped in and was like, did you read the lyrics? This is not wholesome. Do you see what they're trying to do? I heard they got to put you through a satanic ritual just to get in. I was just like, what
Thanks for the advertising.
and age are we living in right now? Fucking Ward Cleaver still around? What the fuck?
It's good advertising.
Yeah, I mean, you can't buy that kind of fucking press. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here. Long time fan of the show. John says badass props makes movies pop, which yours did.
Thank you, John.
And let's see here. That would be epic to have a signed picture because you are the director and Jason.
Oh,
is there a place he can get this?
Well, right now, so the Indiegogo we ran is still in demand. It finished, but because there were still people buying and there's still excitement for it, it's still in demand. So you can find the link to the Indiegogo on the YouTube video where you can watch the movie, or just go to Indiegogo and look up Vengeance Bloodlines, and you'll see Blu-rays, DVDs, VHS, 8x10s, posters, prints, whatever. You can find all that stuff there and pick it up, and it helps support the film and all the perks we still have to buy, the Blu-rays we got to do, the content that needs to be created for that. So
when do you think that stuff will be out by?
I'm trying. That's what we've just been talking about the last few days. I could put out a DVD in a month and just take the movie as it is. We're cleaning up some of the audio issues we found. We're cleaning up a couple things, and then we're putting that onto. We could put that on the Blu-ray and mail it out, and then try to come up with another one later with behind the scenes and sell another one, or we could just get it all done right the first time and put the behind the scenes content, the featurettes, talk about the stunts, talk about, CJ being back, talk about the morgue, talk about all the things and special effects, and put it on there so people have all the content the first time as backers. So that's what I want to do. I want to give them the most for what they've already donated rather than try to, take advantage of them and put another one out. So that takes a little bit of time. Every night I'm sitting here at my computer and I'm going through 500 hours of behind the scenes footage and cut clips and stuff, putting the bloopers together, putting the deleted scenes together, trying to get all that stuff and setting up interviews with the special effects team, with the stunt team, with the people from the morgue and some of these actors to try to get it all in there. So there's going to be some time to put that together
for sure.
And then of course, ordering all the 500-600 people who ordered T-shirts or ordered different things in different sizes and masks, and all that stuff needs to be ordered and delivered and sent in. So before now, the time was all spent on editing the movie, getting it ready for release so that people can watch this and enjoy it. and get it done. And now we're at the point of, okay, the movie's out. The editor is going to make a couple tweaks while I work on this stuff. So.
Oh, for sure, man. I was just jazzed as fuck when it's, it says right there, any of you out there in Three Witches Land that watches this film, you know that if you go to Indiegogo and you either donate somehow or buy a perk or something like that, that your name actually shows up in the credits at the end of the film. And I took my big I can't even fucking speak. I'm so excited. 6'2" ass up to the TV and saw my name. And I was just like, I feel amazing to just be a part of the fact that this fucking movie came out. So I am living proof that they deliver on all promises.
Nice.
So yeah, that was bad fucking ass. And then I remember you had mentioned before, I think it was our last interview, that there was going to be like a soundtrack with like a bunch of like killer bands. Is there anything you can tell everybody about that and where they might be able to find it?
So once you donated to the Kickstarter or the Indiegogo, $30 or more, I think it was 30, maybe it was 20. Basically, I emailed you a link. So you should already have that link. And there's like 40 songs that are in this Google Drive that you could download. And I believe yours is one of them.
I'm still fucking jazzed about that, especially since I didn't even know if I was able to set it off right or anything at all. But you heard it right here out there in Three Witches Land. Yours truly, in a band that I used to be in. I'm in a new band now, but still, I wrote the song. God damn it. And it is on this list of, he said, 40 plus songs. So much good talent there. So if you're a fan of the film and you can hear some of the awesome, that was one of the things I was going to talk about, some of the killer fucking songs you hear in the film. In it.
Yeah.
And I love that shit. There's nothing worse than when you're watching a film, especially a horror film, and the music is just fucking shitty. But man, you guys chose some seriously good stuff.
Thank you.
How did you end up choosing the ones for the film?
So there's a couple. There's one I really wanted in called Turn Up the Hate by DK Zero, which I love that song. I had it in the Roadblock for a while, but then after we kept editing it down, it just didn't feel right anymore. So we ended up taking that one out. So it's just kind of trial and error, and we put some things in. There's throwing it in with the edit, seeing what feels right, what gives you the right vibe, and then pulling it out. The Richie Ramone, going back to him, he on set, he's like, hey, do you mind if I write a song for you guys for the film? And I was like,
fuck yeah, of course.
Are you kidding me? Yes. And so I got a text from him one day. I was driving home from work and he's like, hey brother, what's up? Just got out of the studio, doing some practice, some jamming and stuff, recorded a few things. It's not mastered. It's not like, it's not pro, so don't judge, whatever. But just, what do you think? He sent me like 8 songs. And so I just listened to those on the way home and I'm like, holy crap, Richie Ramone just sent me like 8 unreleased songs from their jam session studio, like, what do you think? And it was great. I'm just in heaven. And so we used 2 of the songs and in the film, and both were with scenes with him. And I really liked it when he starts to kill and go towards the band in the van, when he comes out of that RV. That's one of his songs there as well. And having Jason kill to the song was just really fun. It made a different kind of vibe for Jason for the first time in killing. And it was a good time. And we just played with music. We knew that it was going to be a big part of it. There's a ton of musicians in here in this film, from Richie Ramone to Wyatt Only to Josh Hamilton, who's Ticker, Hecate Williams, just so many. And so it was just a big, big deal. And we wanted to include that in some way. And we had a lot of fans and musicians who wrote songs inspired by Vengeance, the first film, and we couldn't use them in there. And who wanted to include it. And they were like, wow, there's so much talent and so much stuff that how do we honor these people who are honoring us? That's where the album came from. That idea was like, these are songs inspired by Vengeance, or meant to be in this thing, or we couldn't put it in how we wanted. And so I'm glad we were able to find a way to sneak a lot of these in.
Hell yeah. Do you ever plan to like make it in CD form or anything like that?
I was going to, if the Kickstarter hit a certain amount, then I was going to put it in CD and send it to everyone who donated a certain amount or more. But we haven't been able to hit that amount yet. So it cost a lot to make a small run of CDs.
Oh, for sure.
100. So that money's just not there to be able to do that. So if we hit that tier, it would make sense, but I just can't afford to print them. But I would absolutely love to make CDs.
Man, I'll tell you what, I personally would like to see this happen. I am definitely going to donate some more. And to all of you awesome Jason fans out there, especially in Three Witches Land tonight, listen, a little bit goes a long way. Even if you can't do anything substantially big, a little something just to say, hey, man, I love what the fuck you do. It's no different than buying your favorite band CD. Man, just a little something. Buy a perk. That would be fucking badass. So, you know what? Go to Indiegogo, F13 Vengeance 2 Bloodlines. You'll find it right away. It's so easy to do, and the perks are fucking awesome. I mean, anything from a mask to a signed print by Jason. There were so many different fucking things. It was hard for me to choose, to be quite honest. So please do it. Help us out.
Thank you.
Damn it. We're all in this together. We do it for the fans. We don't do it for ourselves. That's just not, it's no different than being in a band.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if you can't do it, or if you do it, it'd be great if you guys can get on YouTube, share that video out with as many people as possible. Leave a review, go into IMDb, leave a review and a rating or something like that. That helps us out a lot as well. We just really appreciate all that support, all that help, getting it out there to people. Get it out there and let everyone know that you saw it before them, so that you're cool.
Absolutely.
Like, I just saw this, you need to see this. You'll thank me later.
Flashtainment Production says, it was my dream to have Jason Brooks and Peter Anthony part of my fan film in any way.
Nice.
There's been a boatload of comments here, actually.
I might know the people of Flashtainment by name, but I don't recognize the Flashtainment name. But
I don't know. First time I've ever seen them, so thank you for joining us, though. There's been so many different people out here. One fan even said, I would like to see. Now, this has always been one of those things. Me and a lot of my horror buff friends, actors, whatever, are always talking about what would it be like to have a Jason versus Michael Myers, especially after the stinker that just came out a week ago. Holy fucking shit. I'm not going to ruin it for you because I still want you to check it out. Just so you know, check it out anyway to see how this trilogy ends. But God damn it, was I let down. Interesting direction, but too far-fetched for me. That's all I'm going to say, because I really don't want to spoil it, and I don't want Jamie Lee Curtis coming down and kicking my ass.
That's fair.
What do you think about that? Do you think that would actually make a pretty decent film idea? Or
yeah, we explored that a little bit with Friday the 13th Roseblood.
True that.
And so at the end, you see some Jason versus Michael, just a little bit. But there's also another fan film out there, I think it's called Jason versus Michael, that has done really well for itself. There's a lot of people who love it and watch it. It's got a shit ton of views. So I've seen part of it, and it looks like it could be fun. So there's already someone who's tackled that one.
Well, no shit. Well, see, now you know. That's why I say when you're out in the peanut gallery, ask your fucking questions. All these guys and fabulous ladies are in the industry, and they can let you know shit that you don't know about. Fucking hell. All righty. So let's take a quick commercial break one more time. My producer is off tonight, so forgive me. I'm doing it myself. But We're going to take a quick commercial break to Dezea's Creep Shop and wait till you see what she's got. Check it out. Just absolutely spooktastic fucking weird shit. Those dolls are still epic and they're getting creepier. Did you see the one with the rib cage open? Man. So if you are a fan of the weird and the mysterious and all that good stuff, and you have a collection and you want to add to it, please go to DezeasCreepShop.com. All right. So we've been talking with Jason Brooks, director and star of Vengeance 2 Bloodlines, the Friday the 13th fan film. So any Halloween plans coming up for you?
Not yet. You know, that's the big thing. It's always high expectations for people like me who dress up as Jason and all that. But yeah, I've got no plans. I got a friend with a haunted house. Might go visit her.
There you go.
And check that out. But that's about it.
Now, being in that suit, and like you said, it was like 110 degrees. Do you ever go to somebody say, hey, take a gallon of fucking water and just throw it at me?
Oh, yeah. They literally were taking bags of ice. We like opened up my shirt. We put straight bags of ice inside my shirt and in my back in between takes. And constant water for, you know, keeping hydrated, because it was pretty dangerous having a week. Like,
I mean, talk about suffering for your art.
Oh, for sure. But it's worth it. It's worth it.
Top 3 favorite kills of this film.
For me?
For you.
I would say, oh, that's really hard, man. There's some good kills. But
I agree.
That stoner cabin might be one of my favorite sequences with those kills in it. And those are pretty fun. So I like those. And then, you know, the Forrester kill and the Darcy kill, the Richie kill, the fire kill. It's so hard to,
awesome.
It's hard to pick one.
It is. I mean, all of them were just, I mean, it was over the top. Just when I thought, you know, you couldn't get any bigger, you know, than the last film, you guys really brought the fucking pain, man. And then I love the fact that you kind of went back and showed a little bit of that prison kill from the previous film. Man, just such a great scene. I don't know. There's just something about it.
Yeah, no, and people wanted that. We didn't get a chance to do that, to flesh that one out on the first one, and a lot of people wanted to see that. So we're really grateful that we were able to sneak that one in.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Have you been getting, you know, absolutely. Sorry. Just got distracted. Excuse me. So, okay, hold on. I just got messed up here. Here we go. So John Mertz says Jason Brooks versus Kane Hodder as their versions of Jason would make a good film, as what I think he's trying to say there.
That'd be fun.
Now, did Kane, do you know if Kane actually saw the film yet?
I don't know yet. I know he's seen the first one and in Roseblood, but and he was actually going to be in the first one, but then some SAG stuff came up. He couldn't. But I think this weekend we got someone who's talking to him, and we're going to find out. But yeah, we'll see.
I just think it would be kind of interesting to get a perspective. And speaking of that, yours truly, the Big Bad Devil Daddy, is still in the quarterfinals of the Face of Horror competition. and that is a chance to do a photo shoot with Kane Hodder, by the way, for Rue Morgue magazine. So if you want to keep me at number 1 and moving on into the finals, make sure you click on the link on any of the posts that I've put up on Reapers Underground to keep me in this thing. It's been pretty exciting, actually. I've never done one of these competition things before, but apparently they like me.
Awesome. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, gotta try. Gotta give it some effort. So, all right. Closing thoughts for everybody who has been so fucking cool out there in the Peanuts Gallery that you would like to say as we are wrapping it up.
I just want to thank everyone for the support, all the positive that's been coming in. We really appreciate it. The crew works so hard on this, and I really appreciate seeing them get praised for all the work that they did as well. They definitely deserve it. And like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, to this one, to the Real Fiction Studios one. Share the shit out of that movie. Get people seeing it. Don't let the haters block it and keep it down. Let people see it. Let people experience it and choose themselves, and help support the cast and crew who put all their love into it. So,
hell yeah!
Thank you guys so much.
The haters that just make us fucking stronger. We're not going anywhere, assholes. Thank you, my brother. It's always been a pleasure. And I look forward to having you back on the show for your future projects.
Absolutely.
And as always, everybody out there in Three Witches Land, if I can get this right now, I think that's it. Stay heavy.